Hi there, guys. I apologize for the lack of updates recently. I've been dealing with some personal issues that pertain to my family, so I'm not going to get into that. But I have decided what I'm going to make this channel about. Well, partially. Part of it's going to be reviews of books, movies, TV shows, and all of that good stuff. So run some suggestions by me, and I will definitely check them out, and I will give you my thoughts on them. And the other is just going to be random vlogging, because what's a vlog without randomness, right? That was stupid. So yeah, I'm going to start off with True Blood. Okay, so I remember some of it. Not all, but most of it, the important parts of the show, of the season finale. I just want to say that I was upfront that I was thoroughly disappointed with the way they ended that season. Season 2 and Season 1 both ended amazingly, but this one just didn't have the oomph, I guess. It didn't have all the drama. The whole season kind of lacked in that department. I want to say that Sookie did a really good job at kicking Eric and Bill to the curb, because she doesn't need them in her life. I know that makes the show, but they're both so close to her, and so it probably was hard for her to do that. She won't admit that she's got some kind of feelings towards Eric, but she got rid of them. She's kicked them to the curb, and I'm proud of her for doing so. The whole thing with Godric coming into play with Eric's, like, in his subconscious, it was nice, a nice addition to the story, but I'm biased. I probably only liked it because of the fact that I've got a mini crush on Alan Hyde. So that's probably why I appreciated that a little more than someone else would. But he was giving a good message about it. How he should forgive Russell for killing his family, and how he shouldn't kill him or try to seek revenge on him. That was a really good a good message that he was laying out to him, but he didn't follow it. Jason, I want to say, is a moron for the most part. He's a good person. He has, like, a heart as big as the world, it seems like, but doesn't really think of consequences thereafter. You know, he shouldn't have helped that girl, because in the end she screwed up and went off with her half-brother fiance thing. The whole situation is just disgusting. But yeah, she ended up going with him anyway, and left Jason to fend for those people, that her family and whatnot. She left him, and so his whole outlook on it was alright, and his intentions were good, but in the end he got screwed, and that's why I feel bad for Jason, because something always happening to him, so I feel bad. Let's see. Hoyt and Jessica. Oh my goodness, so cute. They found this cute little house, I guess, in the middle of the woods or whatever it was. He found it, and he proposed to Jessica. It was so adorable, and that was probably the highlight of the show. Like, really. So yeah, I was pleased at the fact that Jessica and Hoyt are now engaged. If any of you saw it, I'd like to know, does anyone have any idea what the significance of that doll was? Because they kind of panned out a little bit and showed that doll on the ground, and was like, what is so significant to this? I don't even know. But I guess we'll find out if it actually does. Okay. Since it was uneventful otherwise, let's talk about the big, huge twist that came at the end. Wow. So Bill Sookie basically rescinded, I don't understand what she said, but she basically took away all their privileges of coming into her house, the vampires. Bill came to her house, asked to come in, he talked to her. Oh, wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm sorry, I'm gonna go back. Let's take a few steps back. Okay, so Bill and Eric took Russell to this cement thing. Like, I guess they're building a house, a construction site, and they had a cement roller thingy. They buried him in cement, basically. And Godric came back into the picture and was like, hey, Eric, hate is not going to solve anything. Vampires are always going to be hated because this is how we represent ourselves. And more or less words, I don't know. That's basically what he said. But Eric did it anyway. And then I got really confused for a second, but then I remembered that vampires have these abilities to mimic voices. So at first, I was like, Bill pushed Eric into an empty space where he tried to fill it up with cement to, to get rid of him. To silence him is what he said. And then he called somebody up with Eric's voice, and I totally forgot that they had the ability to mimic voices. So I was thinking this was Eric in disguise or something. And I was freaking out. I was like, oh my god, Bill is dead. He's gonna be buried alive. I contradicted myself. No matter. But I was freaking out because I thought, I was like, Eric, how could you do this? And then it showed, Sookie, him going to Sookie's house. And then Eric, which was actually Eric who was buried in the cement, I just was freaking out for a minute, showed up at Sookie's house just as Bill did, like right after Bill did. And, basically told her that Bill has been working for the Queen all along, has wanted Sookie, that Bill was supposed to bring Sookie to the Queen the whole entire time, like this whole time. The people in the very first episode of the first season, if you guys watch it and remember, the two vampires or whatever, or the who are they? Those two weird looking people were draining Bill of his blood. They beat her up, and she was forced to drink Bill's blood so that they could heal. Or that so she could heal. He set that up, that whole thing, he set that up, and I was so pissed. I was just, so mad about this whole thing. So, that he told her it was true. He had no idea what she was at first. The Queen knew all along what she was. Yeah, he didn't know what she was, but the more he got to know her, the more he tried to keep her away. That was probably the one good thing he did, and that's still not good enough. But he basically fucked Sookie over. For the whole time, we thought he was a sincere guy, and he was so awesome, and, no. Not even a little bit. Okay, that's just, he is so on the top of my shit list, it's not even fair. I hate Bill. I'm anti-Bill for the rest of my life. I'm anti-Bill. I'm going to the Team Eric. I mean, I've been on Team Eric. I'm just gonna go on Team Nobody. Team Sookie, okay? Team Sookie. But yeah, those are my thoughts. The ending pissed me off. That whole twist pissed me off. And then she goes to the cemetery to visit her grandma because she's like, I'm so lost. I don't know who I am. I'm so alone and whatever. And those fairy people that she met a couple episodes back came into the picture, and she shined her hand of light and touched the hand of that one fairy, and poof, disappeared into nothing. And that was the end. I don't know what kind of ending that was supposed to be, but it sucked. It sucked so bad. I'm so disappointed with the ending of this season. Last season was awesome with the Marianne thing. The first season with Renee and all of that. It was so awesome. Those were great endings, and this is just like anticlimactic. I'm kind of just sitting in my chair. I'm like, okay. I was disappointed. So, you guys tell me your thoughts on True Blood, the season finale. We'll definitely read them because I read all my comments in case you weren't wondering. So yeah, just tell me what you guys thought. But that's about it. Okay. Bye.